Hello everyone, I'm Taro Nakanishi, the organizer of DevRelCon Yokohama 2023. It will be held in Yokohama on March 10 and 11. In this interview session, talking with us one of the amazing speakers of it about what you can expect to hear from them regarding the session. We hope it would be helpful for you to attend the conference. So today's guest is Avi Michel. So please welcome Avi.
Hi, everyone.
Yeah, how about doing?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm great too. So thank you for taking time to interview us. So let's start the interview. Yeah. First of all, could you please introduce yourself, Abby?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Sorry. So it is okay to talk about only your business work, also your interests or private. So hobby, music, sports, and so on. Yeah.
Great.
So
Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Abby Mitchell, and I started working at IBM in 2019 as a full stack web developer. And then in March of 2021, I moved into the IBM Quantum department and became a developer advocate there. So I work on IBM Quantum's open source SDK for quantum computing called Qiskit. And a lot of the work I do involves supporting that open source project, both through my development work and through my work as a developer advocate as well. And in my free time, I really enjoy baking and just getting outside and outdoors in nature, whether it's hiking or just going to the park, just being outdoors and enjoying the sunshine wherever I can.
yeah, all right, Abby, so cool. Yeah, so you like nature and you climb some mountain or you do hiking and so on?
Yeah, I don't do anything like super extreme, but I like to kind of get out there. If it's like a gentle hike and I get to kind of be outside and get fresh air, like that's stuff that I enjoy, especially if it's in a place that is particularly beautiful.
I see. Yeah, it is great. Yeah. So I have some questions. So you now you join us in IBM. So and you deal with quantum computers. So
Yes.
were you interested in quantum computer when you joined IBM?
So when I joined IBM, I had kind of heard about quantum computing kind of, on the news or, during my time at university and things, but I didn't really know much about what it was. And I kind of thought that, you need to be a quantum physicist with a PhD in something in order to do anything in quantum computing. But then after I was working at IBM as a software developer, for a while, I kind of became more aware of the work that IBM does in the quantum computing space. And I started getting involved in their open source projects. And then that eventually I really kind of got interested because of this huge open source effort that they put in, and which lets people like me who come from a software background, get involved in this emerging technology, which is very exciting. It's kind of in this research and exploration phase. And it was just completely different to anything that I was doing at the time, just as a normal web developer. So yeah, I guess that was my main kind of route into it, and what initially attracted me to the space was just it's new, it's exciting, and the open source community around it was just so amazing.
Yeah, it's very wonderful, and I hear it is very interesting your career. So I want to hear more. So you started working as a full stack web developer, right?
Yes.
So and after you become developer advocate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So can I ask you about your career path from web developer to developer advocate?
Yeah, sure. So anyway, when I was a software developer, I knew that I love to write code, but I realized that there was also a part of me that wanted to do more than just push code all day. I was starting to, go to meetups and submit, volunteer to do talks, particularly at women in technology meetups. And I would go and teach people about something random, like about JavaScript or accessibility. And so I started really kind of getting involved in that, the advocacy side of technology. And yeah, I just really realized that I have this interdisciplinary skill set where I can understand technical concepts, but I'm also pretty good at communicating those concepts, and I enjoy that. And if I can help someone understand a technical concept that before they were really struggling with, that brings me a lot of joy, and something that I really love about developer advocacy as a profession. So once I kind of realized that, I kind of knew that, and I didn't even know what a developer advocate was, even when I was starting to do these kind of talks and presentations and things. And only later on did I find out about developer advocacy and then make moves to, moving towards that as a career path. Yeah.
Oh, thank you. So yeah, so you are a very good speaker. So yeah, now I talk with you. Yeah. So
I
it
do
is.
all right. We'll
Yeah,
let the
yeah,
DevRelCon audience decide how good I am when they see my talk.
yeah. That's right. Yeah. Okay. So now we are moving to the next topic. So your session. So this conference has 2 days, each with a different theme. So day one is marketing and business day, and day two is a developer and community day. So please introduce your session, especially any point you want to share them. So please.
Yeah, sure. So my presentation, my talk that I'm going to be doing at DevRelCon is going to be about doing DevRel for emerging technologies, and specifically kind of sharing my experiences through doing DevRel within the quantum computing space. But the concepts that I'll be talking about will probably be able to generalize towards other emerging technologies like artificial intelligence, for example. We're going to cover quite a few different things as much as we can in the time allotted. We're going to start with, giving some context around why is developer relations important and what are the challenges that we face specifically for doing DevRel in an emerging technology space. And then from there, we're going to go through some practical advice for how you can get started and be effective doing DevRel for an emerging technology. So whether you are maybe thinking of branching into that area, or maybe you've already moved there and you're feeling a bit overwhelmed, hopefully this talk should help give you some practical advice for doing DevRel in emerging technology.
Thank you, Abby. Yeah, it is very interesting. I hear. So I would like to hear a little more about quantum computing. So I see IBM quantum computing being used in many situations. So for example, automatic driving. So how will society be affected by quantum computing?
Yeah, so the first thing to note about quantum computing, and I'll probably touch on this a little bit more in my talk as well, is that it is still very much in that kind of research and exploratory phase. So we don't know yet what the exact impact quantum computing is going to have on society. We can kind of make guesses and inferences, and there are different areas of research that, kind of fluctuate in terms of popularity. One area will have a breakthrough, and then another area will, and other areas will kind of slow down a bit. But the field is really so massive. There are potential applications across a huge range of domains, whether it's machine learning or computational chemistry, or just basically any type of very hard maths problems that you want to be able to solve computationally, but classical computers really struggle to do. The hope is that quantum computers will be able to massively increase the efficiency with which we can solve those kinds of problems. And then, yeah, from there, we still don't know how far we'll be able to take it. But there's a lot of work going into it. People can run experiments on real quantum hardware via the cloud even today, and use that research to inform how to improve quantum computers for the future, as well as even get insights for how we could improve our classical computers as well. So yeah, there's a huge range of stuff that you can do with these amazing machines. And I think we've really only just scratched the surface of what we're going to be able to do as we create more and more powerful machines.
Oh, thank you. So I'm looking forward to use quantum computing in any case. Yeah. So I have more questions. So are there any example of interest case when quantum computing use it? So I will love to hear about it. So of course, so yeah. In the future, many case there are many using, but now if you have so you maybe you know any case of using quantum computing. So if you
so I think it depends on what you mean by like a use case. If we're talking about a use case which we know every time is going to be better on a quantum computer than a classical computer, we haven't reached that stage yet. We can do a lot of things with quantum computers that we can do on a classical computer as well, but we haven't reached the stage yet where the quantum computers can do things better than a classical computer. But essentially, pretty much everything that you can do with on a classical computer in terms of basic operations, you can translate into quantum operations as well. But then potential use cases, I don't think we're going to start. We haven't seen anything yet where we would, if we're given the option, we would always go for a quantum computer to solve a certain problem over a classical computer. We're just not at that stage yet. And I think there's a lot of hype around quantum computing generally, and it's quite easy to fall prey to the headlines that say quantum computers can solve climate change and things like that. If you see something like that, it's more like probably there are researchers that are investigating a potential application of a quantum computer in that field, but we have yet to reach a solid use case for actually being able to use a quantum computer to do anything like that yet. But the hope is that as we improve the quality of the machines over the next few years, we'll start to see more and more get closer to that goal, at least of making something that actually has a quantum advantage.
Oh, thank you so much, Avi. So I understand. So you have a lot of great experience even in developer relations. So I think so every attendee and also we can't wait for the conference. Yeah. So thank you so much for today's interview, and I hope you will also enjoy the conference. Yes, thank you. So see you again. Thank you.
Thanks very much. It was a pleasure.
Sorry. So okay, everyone. How was the interview? I will announce it again. Our conference, DevRelCon Yokohama 2023, will be held on March 10th and 11th, 2023 at Yokohama. So tickets are now on sale. We hope for your attendance. See you next interview. Bye.